Hey there, beautiful souls. Jess Intuitive Angel Healer here with your grounded guide to the spiritually awakened survivors of the toxic shadows. Welcome to my new YouTube channel, Spoken Like an Angel, Enlightenment for Survivors, where my prophetic words are meant to help stimulate so you can raise your vibe and elevate. Thank you so much for being here today and joining me for another Just Toxic Survivor Fam Timeless Channeled Messages from Heaven. With yours truly, Jess Intuitive Angel Healer. These are messages from your past over loved ones and spirit team. And God especially wants you to know today the theme is everything happens in divine timing. And I have Archangel Raguel here that wants to remind you of the divine order. Archangel Raguel says everything is how it needs to be right now. Look past the illusion and see the underlining order. So definitely let me know if you're enjoying this so far. Thank you so much to my new subscribers. You guys are the best. I've got 70. I'm almost to 100, guys. It's exciting because this is like my second YouTube channel. I've been under severe spiritual warfare attack for many years, and that is why I love this. The divine order is finally coming in, and I know a lot of my other spiritual workers really enjoy that too because we're tired. It's all good to fight. We're going to fight every day the battle that we need to fight, but the unnecessariness, there's just a lot of unnecessariness. Please drop a heart in the comment section if you believe there's a lot of unnecessariness going around. So if you're new to my channel here, I'll introduce myself. I'm an angel intuitive, holistic healer, voice for the voiceless, and it is Domestic Violence Awareness Month in October. Please, if to support me, I have a video that is where my trailer video is, and it's my friend Samantha. She passed away on 10/10/12. You can't get much more divine than that. And she was unfortunately lost her life to some just demon who, I don't know, you can watch it. It's a trigger warning. My friend did get choked out and sat with. So I would like to, this can happen to anyone, anytime. It's not just certain people that this happens to. I've seen rich people get into their own shenanigans, and I've seen poor people. It doesn't matter. Domestic violence hits everyone. Everybody knows somebody who's had some kind of domestic violence. Please speak up and speak out. So that's really heavy on my heart because my friend Samantha is the reason why I started this whole thing, because I don't want any more, not just women, I just don't want any more souls to lose their lives just to the hands of greed. I don't get it. So I want to start off this channeled message with a prayer. If you want to go ahead and close your eyes if you're able to. Dear Lord, thank you for this new day. Please speak your truth to our minds and fill our hearts with your peace. We seek your will and wisdom in all things. Please lead and guide us and deliver us from evil. May we be the reason someone smiles today, and may we serve you well. In the name of Jesus we pray, amen. And you can find that on hopeforthebrokenhearted.com. So today I was in the shower and literally, and I just made a video about this, I did a prophetic video about Isaiah 41. When I was in the shower today, I heard, it was an amazing moment because I just had this happiness come over me because I was a little, I'm tired. Let me know if you're tired and you're just tired of the unnecessariness. That's what I'm tired of. So I'm tired of all the unnecessariness. But I heard, be faithful to the Lord, and the Lord will bless thee. Judas among us, imposters among us, and there's a song, Imposters Among Us. Um, I think it's on the Minions. Dun 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 dun. Imposters among us. And then heard Planet Rock. Planet Rock. I don't know. I don't know if they were going like. These are again from your ones in spirit and your passed over loved ones. So sometimes you will only know what it's an inside joke kind of thing. I feel like somebody's going to get rocked by somebody's ancestors. Somebody has a best friend that passed over, and they are literally your Avenger angel because that's how they're getting their wings because they passed over. I'm hearing trigger warning that passed over from a drug overdose. But see, just because you pass over and you had demons, it doesn't mean you necessarily go to HE double hockey stick. Somebody needs to know that out there. It just means God's inventive. He wants you to know that. And so, like, for example, my karmic father, who was an alcoholic and had a temper and just, yeah, a boatload of crazies from Texas, too. And he let you know it. He had a tattoo of a Texas rose right on his arm. I think just to irritate people when he put it there, just so you would say something about him being a. But he was always ready to fight. Hold on, guys. Shoot. Okay, sorry about that. I got a phone call. Okay, so I want to go ahead and share this. I heard Ollie Oxen free. So I think the Karmics are tired, and that's where divine order is coming in. Go read Isaiah 41. If you want to hear, I've read Isaiah 41 through 15, verses 15. You can go check out the video I just uploaded. But Spirit is showing me Isaiah 41:9. So Isaiah is really the prophetic verse today, the Bible verse. If you need inspiration, go look at that. And so Isaiah 41:9, I took you from the ends of the earth, from its farthest corners. I called you. I said, you are my servant. I have chosen you and have not rejected you. So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will upload you with my righteous right hand. All who rage against you will surely be ashamed and disgraced. Those who oppose you will be as nothing and perish. Though you search for your enemies, you will not find them. Those who wage war against you will be as nothing at all. For I am the Lord, your God, who takes hold of your right hand and says to you, do not fear, I will help you. Definitely let me know if that resonates in the comments. Beautiful soul, definitely put, I have nothing to fear. The Lord loves me, and so it is. Amen. So I heard the devil is trying to frustrate you. And it's funny, as I said, the devil's trying to frustrate you. And I typed this. I typed it ISTRTING. The devil's trying to frustrate you. And that's what's funny because he knows it irritates me to misspell, even if I'm not going to put it out there. I don't like. I'm a word person. Let me know if you're a word person because it bothers you to have words misspelled. And it's funny, it said the devil is trying to frustrate you, don't give in. And I even left it misspelled just so I could remember that. I heard hustlers, pimps, and thieves trying to mark you, money plot, murder for hire, scoundrels, snakes, and thieves. And I keep hearing the song from DMX, the rat, the cat, the snake, the dog. How you gonna see him if you living in the fog? And then I heard scoundrels, snakes, and thieves. So, like, be careful where you're going. You know, you are divinely protected, but don't. This is what my angels told me. They said you're divinely protected, but 1010 as I say this, stop going around and making more work for God and your angels, okay? Because if you know people are toxic, stop giving them the benefit of the doubt because they don't deserve it. And stop going around them because you know their life is a karmic roller coaster. And every time that you team up with this person, or they even come over to your house for 5 seconds and have coffee, they are going to have some kind of karmic issue. And you already know it. So be prepared for it and stay out of it. Yeah. And, you know, just make less work for yourself. I heard Bananarama. I think that's a band, 80s band, Bananarama. Somebody in spirit used to love listening to them. Gold Coast. I think that has to do with Australia, the East Coast. And then they started telling me about the East Coast rappers. Like I got a lot of Suge Knight. I heard Suge Knight, and then I heard, you know, Tupac and Biggie. So it's like you're going through this karmic battle with these, maybe someone on the East Coast, maybe you're a karmic, you're hoping you live on the East Coast, you're dealing with someone in the West Coast. You're having a rival with either family or even social media people. Battle of egos. And then I heard Miranda is slipping. So yeah, like Miranda Lambert comes up a lot, but Miranda comes up a lot. So if you're Miranda, I've heard your name in my readings a lot. You need to really take care of yourself right now, because I think you're letting the karmics tap in, and you're like, you might be in that battle of the egos. I heard pardon my French. So if you know someone who used to say that in spirit, or however it resonates, Paris, and then the Louvre especially. And I think was Jimi Hendrix was buried in the Louvre. Don't quote me. I probably got that wrong. Not Jimi Hendrix. And maybe it is, but no, I don't think it's him. I got that wrong. One of them, the famous rock stars, is buried at the Louvre, but they had to move him because people were defacing his grave and stuff. I think it's Jimi Hendrix. Let me know if you know who I'm talking about, because when I'm in channeling mode and when I get on here, I can't, you know, just think left and right on my brain. It doesn't work that way. All right, I heard Cheech and Chong. So somebody either likes to smoke a lot, you had somebody in spirit who smoked a lot, or they like this movie Cheech and Chong, Up in Smoke. However it resonates, I heard exposure. Somebody's getting exposed, and I'm seeing the part in the Cheech, because I used to watch all these movies. You know, I'm an 80s kid. Remember the Cheech and Chong movie where he's in the grow room and they have the tarp over, and the cops are coming and with their helicopter, and Cheech is pretending to swim on top, like it looks like a pool on top, but it's actually a painted tarp. And ultimately somebody's gonna get exposed. I'm hearing like My Chemical Romance. Wow, that's a band, but I feel like their little plot's gonna be exposed, or even like somebody's gonna have a big illegal thing exposed that has to do with manufacturing, and that's no way, no anyways. So be prepared. I'm telling you, God's ripping everything off like a band-aid right now. No, if you're karmic, you don't have God's protection right now, because he will give that back to you when you start following in his footsteps. Right now you're on a timeout. So all your prayers are getting linked over to the person that you've been following, which is the devil. And he's answering your prayers, not the person I want to answer my prayers. And that's why you're getting in trouble, because the devil is just like a karmic, at the end, he leaves you holding the bag and says, well, not my problem. And you have to pay. And I feel like somebody lost someone in spirit who that happened to them. They got caught up because somebody else was with them and they'd end up taking the blame. And they lost their whole life to the streets. It's for the streets. Yeah. Nobody wants to be on the streets. Those streets are scary. I never personally wanted to know anything about them. Let me just tell you, I moved to Colorado. This is how I know I'm not for the streets or for the devil. When I first came here to Colorado Springs, and I worked for the Air Force Academy. I did not know anything anywhere here except going from from the Air Force Academy to like Union. And I knew nothing of that. I knew nothing of Fountain, of the really darker places. Didn't know any of that until I got misplaced out of my home, and my ex, when I started this in 2018, and he decided to go on this narcissistic rage craziness just because I wanted to divorce him. That's literally why this is all happening to me, because I said I don't want to be with you anymore. And he promised me that he would take everything from me, and he would take my child, he would take my career, and he promised me that he would take everything. So that's why I'm still here. But I think it's funny. I'm still here because it's proven that, yes, you did take everything from me, but I did not know anything of the streets. I did when I was like 17, okay? I traveled on the road in my 20s, guys. I got back off the road in my 30s. I had a kid, okay? And then I married this narcissist at 26. So tell me when I had time to go be hanging out on the streets. And when I got displaced and literally got made to be homeless while my ex set up in my house and conjured up ways to get me kicked out of even the shelter that I went to. And he told everyone I was lying, that he would never not let me come back home. But I literally had to go stay at the shelter. So how are you telling me I would not? Why would I want to go stay at a shelter? Riddle me that, Batman. You gotta come on. You gotta listen to some of the lies. Because, anyways, I went through all that, and it's funny that I ended up. The gremlins come to you when you get displaced. So I had to make friends with gremlins because I had no other choice. I had a career. I had to live somewhere. Your jobs don't deal with you when stuff like that happens. They don't care. They say they do, but they don't. And you end up losing your job. And I have a kid to support. So I didn't let that happen. But I think it's funny, for all the mess that he says that I'm, know the streets. Well, of course, my whole family's karmic. So yes, I do know of the streets. But if you really sit down and talk to me, I don't know all the cool little terms, and I don't always say the right thing because I lived around it, but I was not the person who was the gremlin. I was the light worker who was submerged around a lot of gremlins. So I learned. Somebody needed to hear that. I know when I go on these tangents, somebody really needs to hear that. Just because everybody's saying you're ghetto and you're this and that, it's funny because I'm really thinking back to it. And for all that's going on and being talked about me right now, I literally was 17. I broke up with my boyfriend who was toxic. I'd been with him since I was 14, and moved into a trailer, had my own place, and then that same guy came and threatened my life and stalked me. So I moved my brother and all his friends, and didn't know because I was 17 and they were karmic, and they just had a ball taking over, take. And I ended up kicking them out one morning at 6 a.m. because I was tired of them taking. That's what's funny about all this. But nobody will ever tell you that side of the story. At 6 a.m, I was at my house and everybody's just being disrespectful, and I literally told it. I opened the door and kicked everyone out. Said, get out of my house. And there's like 10 people, and it was cold, and I didn't care. So I think somebody needed to hear that. Just 2002 as I say that, because, you know, let these people talk, because God knows the real truth, and it doesn't matter. They're just talking because they're mad. And I'm going to continue to speak my truth just as I have. Nothing's changed about me. 2020, as I say that, nothing's changed. I've gotten older. I've never changed my demeanor. Just had more karmics, and I'm literally understanding I'm supposed to be here to shake up the karmics and really irritate them and get them out of our timeline. So let me know if you're a karmic hunter too. All right, I heard I'm like a bird, I only fly away. I don't know where my home is. I don't know where my soul is. But baby, all I know is Nelly Furtado. So somebody's like a bird. It's this karmic. They're there for the moment. They just need to. I'm hearing, tell me that you love me. Yeah, they just need that. They're very clingy. I know I'm eventually gonna have to give you away. Yeah, that they know. They know. They're just trying to see how long they can play the game for. Pearls, peril, and pearl. Pearl, pearls. Pearls, pearls. I think you have a grandma Pearl, and she liked to wear pearls because I kept hearing pearls, pearls, peril. So somebody's in peril though, or maybe somebody stole your pearl necklace. I heard genie, and then I heard genie in a bottle. The song, I'm a genie in a bottle. You gotta rub me the right way. And then I heard sneaky link in between the sheets. Sneak. Yeah, so ultimately, I wouldn't be giving them the time of the day because that's why you're being held back. When somebody keeps bugging you about being in sexual relations with them, that's usually when we don't do anything and I stop talking to that person, because I met someone over this past year, and I'm telling you, the dating pool is shallow anyways, and I'm not in it. I'm just existing over here. I got other things to worry about. But I've noticed with the the dating pool that when you just start talking about sex, and that's all you talk to me about at first, I met someone and I was gonna go hang out with them just to go visit, and God caught me at the last moment because I might have been like, I don't know. I'm really feel like that person might have made me a trigger. I was just saying the trick sex slave out there. Woo, because that person was like, I'm telling them, yeah, I'm gonna do my work, and they're like, I'll be there doing your work with you. I'm like, no, you're not. No, you're not. Yeah, wait. Hello, we have a level 5 Klingon. Over. Get rid of them. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the dating. I was really mad at my ex-husband when he made me single in my 30s, because, you know, my late 30s, early 40s, because I'm like, this is what I got married for, so I didn't have to deal with all this. I didn't know that I married the devil himself. So I heard trouble, trouble. So it was like in the song of like, I don't know, like Elvis Presley or something from the 30s. However, it was one of those black and white movies, like a Western kind of trouble. I don't know. However, that resonates. Somebody's grandparent used to like watch those black and white old school movies. Heard Minnie Mouse, chocolate shakes, mousse, chocolate mousse, and chocolate cake. So somebody really likes cakes and chocolate cake. Mindy and Mandy, sugar coated steel. Then I heard steel factory worker. So I feel like somebody's like doesn't want to express their feelings. they're closed up. Millicent, Mavis having a baby. So if you're Mavis, maybe, congratulations. Gold Star, I heard release them, let them go. They are an op. And then I heard poor unfortunate soul from Little Mermaid. Sucks to be you, Cindy Lou. I've been hearing that name a lot. So somebody out there named Cindy, and I feel like they're karmic because they just got found out about because they were sneaking around. Maybe they were the sneaky link. Johnson, Patty, and then I heard Patty, Fonda, something about Fonda, fondant cakes, cupcake wars. So something about that show where they're making cake wars, where they're making with fondant, or you could be a baker. Pretty Little Liars, 2000s. So that show was in the 2000s. Oops, I Did It Again. Britney Spears is so somebody who was born in the 2000s is doing it again. Maybe they're even named Britney. I'm not that innocent. Check on your children. Chelsea Handler, microgreens. Yeah, I feel like I'm really concerned about that Britney. I'm not that innocent because I really feel like somebody is a young one. Maybe they're not under 18, but they're still a young one, and they need a friend, so they're not getting in this toxicness. Something about Chelsea Handler, and she's as toxic as they come. She's funny, but very toxic, and she's a comedian. Microgreens, Take the Luxury Route, and then I heard Everything is Okay in Oklahoma. Then the song from Oklahoma, the musical, came through. Throwing a Temper Tantrum, Masquerade, Like a King, Not the Sultan. You are not the Sultan. Jafar is not the Sultan. Jafar is out of here. Bring me a beer. I don't know who said that. Somebody used to tell you that all the time. Save a horse, ride a cowboy. That's from Big and Rich. Somebody used to love jamming to that song. God's gonna figure it all out, Scout. And I feel like that's off of a movie, but if your name's Scout, somebody in spirit, I feel like your father used to say this. Jamie Lawson, Bonita, Jenny, Swanda, Jilly, Benson, Frank, Julie, AJ, Sandra, Minnie, Betty Sue, Lou, Fred, Daisy, Sharonda, Leslie, Mike, Lucy, Desi, Alexandra, and Frenchie. So definitely let me know how that resonates with you, beautiful souls. I'm getting here. I just want to wrap this message up. Make sure you're hitting that like, share, and subscribe button if you guys are enjoying this or if this is your message. I just want to wrap this up with an oracle message that Spirit shared with me here. I'm hearing there's a yellow collar worker out there. You may be creative, maybe eccentric, but you're spiritual creative, maybe a social media influencer or a filmmaker, photographer, editor, something like that. You need to know it's important to be impeccable with your word. Speak with integrity and say what you mean. Avoid using the word for gossip. So definitely if you're a social media influencer, make sure you're backing up what you say because that's not good business to go out there and say and put on a good example. I'm hearing because be mindful of vulgarities. So you're literally cursing yourself when you curse, and I'll have this debate for the rest of my life. I don't care because I'm the biggest one I've cursed my whole life, but I didn't understand the concept behind it. And now that I do, I'm trying to stop because people don't listen to you when you curse. They just don't. They block you out because a lot of wounds around that. So most people, you start cursing, they stop listening. Somebody really needs to hear that out there if you want to be heard. Now, if you don't want to be heard and you don't care, do whatever you want. But if you're out here and you're a yellow collar worker, go look that up. And you want people to listen to you, especially if you're a prophetic word speaker. Well, if you're talking about God and you're cursing every other word, nobody's going to listen to you because they're just thinking, well, that must be a demon in trying to teach me the wrong thing. Because there's a certain way that angels act. Somebody needs to hear that. There's a certain way that chosen workers, chosen ones are and act. But it's okay if you curse. It's okay if you do it everything in moderation is what I'm hearing. But if you just sit here and F this, F that, and GD this, yeah, nobody's going to take you seriously if you're trying to be a chosen one light worker. And really be honest, after a while, I am one of those people. I'll start tuning you out. I don't listen to you anymore if every word is because my mom's husband that she married to used to say the C word every other word. And I told him how much I hated that word. And so he said it more. And it really, like when I tell you something really bothers me and you tell me it's a free world, I do what I want, then that just shows me that you don't care about my feelings and therefore I don't care to be around you. Somebody really needs to take their power back because I don't need to have people around me. I would love to have friends. I'd love to have family. I'd love to have people that love me. But if you are just some demon or some vampire, energy vampire, I don't need you around to feel good. I'm better off by myself. Who else can agree out there? Please drop a heart. Purple one, preferably, because we're doing October and it is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. You may even be a musician out there, or there's a transition that I am hearing you're an alchemist. Acceptance is the key to changing your reality. Yeah, this being a yellow collar worker was a start, but you need to expand. Something about playing music or becoming some kind of sound healer, even creating binaural beats. But buckle up, Buttercup. You're now entering karmic land. There's a last chance right now to say no before it becomes a permanent karmic choice. So you're being presented with something that's obviously a karmic choice. Spirit wants you to know it does not serve your highest good. So don't take anything personally right now and be impeccable with your word. Make sure you say what you mean and mean what you say. You're a light worker. If you've been seeing 444 or 1111, you are people's walking, talking karma. You will often be misunderstood. Listen to God and nobody else right now. You have a divine mission to complete, and you are an alchemist and divinely protected because everything is in divine order. Spirit wants me to really show you this too, that it's all about teaching and learning right now. Archangel Zadkiel, keep an open mind and learn new ideas, then teach these ideas to others. Okay, we're moving 3333 as I say that. We're moving into this 5D consciousness. There's no room for not helping others. It's all about overcoming difficulties right now. See that big feather? You've been seeing feathers. Archangel Jeremiel wants you to know the worst is now behind you. You are surmounting any previous challenges. Archangel Jeremiel is all about the archangel of life review and transition. You need to clear your space, though. Somebody out there is not clearing your space. You're letting the karmic junk overload you. Archangel Jophiel says, get rid of clutter, clear the energy around you, and use feng shui. And I just want to put this out there. You need to remember who you are. Archangel 3434, as I say that, Archangel Michael is with you. Do a cord cutting session if you're got repetitive thoughts and you can't get your mind off of these karmics because they're trying to keep you in this cycle. You're not going they're not going to the same place you are. You're going to a different place. You're going to your season. They're going back to the cycle that that they created because they need to learn their lesson. You can't move forward unless you learn your lesson. And so you need to have crystal clear intentions about what you're going to do. And Archangel Michael is going to help you. And see that blue? That's to speak your truth. The yellow is about enlightenment and courage. Your solar plexus is yellow. It's right above your belly button, right below your ribs. You need to work with that so you can clear. That's where your karma is also stored. So clearing out your karma by heightening your courage is your best bet. And they just showed me this one. Check it out. It's a good idea to have a career change. So I feel like some of you are really getting guided right now. You've got a brilliant idea that's coming out. Archangel Uriel says your idea is divinely guided. Please take action to bring it to fruition. And I'm going to leave it there, beautiful souls. You got a career transition coming up. Archangel Chamuel says your life purpose is triggering a blessed career change. You're about to step into your power, beautiful souls. You're about to step into your true divine purpose because divine order is all happening right now. So don't take anything personal. I love this too. 222. Don't give up yet. You're right at the beginning of your new journey. Okay? We never stop learning, but we got to stop being a passenger princess and we got to start taking the lead. You will have to take the lead. But don't worry. You're right at the beginning. Everything is happening in divine order. Something about Sunday is relevant. I'm hearing you reap what you sow, and somebody's in stage 3 of their spiritual awakening, which is the dark night of the soul and the great purge. You're seeing karmic events and truth. You're healing generational karmic debts on both sides. And this phase can be revisited multiple times, releasing past lives, changing your destiny, and making space. And I just saw that Archangel Haniel says you need to clear your space. So this is all about making space right now, beautiful souls, and taking time to clear out stuff that you no longer needed. Do you have items from people that are karmic that you're trying to get over? Get rid of them. Give them to someone else. You don't have to throw them away, but give them to other people. That's how I transmute the negative energy. If you gave me something, I'll give it to someone else because at least it's being used for a purpose and then now it's in love and light. And also somebody is an animal whisperer out there. You could be like Caesar Milan. I feel like somebody's really good at talking to horses out there and amphibians. Like somebody's really good with like, kind of like the people at, the marine world. I can't think of it right now. I keep hearing Wet and Wild. I'm trying to think of the name and I keep hearing Wet and Wild. Wet and Wild does not have shampoo. It has people in bathing suits. That's hilarious. Okay, so I love you, beautiful souls. Definitely let me know how this resonates and hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Please help me get to. My goal is 500 right now, but I'm liking that 100 will help me so much. If you can help me get to that 100, because then I'll get in the algorithm and I'll actually get paid attention to, like I'm the magical angel that I am over here. But I appreciate all of you guys joining today. Remember that your angels love you, I love you, and God loves you. Don't give up today. Have a wonderful day.